Hello creatures, critters, cryptids, etc. Welcome to Moist Maxing Monday, where we make everything nice and moist. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's week has started out successfully. So, we've finished the primary part. Also, hello to Midas and Dimension, he was out there. I don't remember if I said that. I've had a long day. I only just got off of work, so... Hey Az, how you doing? Okay, we've got main campaigns done, but we've got bonus jobs. And we've got some specials that I currently have. I've got 3 of these, I think. You got the rest of it is just like whatever. But yeah, let's check out odd jobs. Clean some Mars rovers. That seems like a good idea. Oh, am I like limited to what I have to do these jobs too? Because it seems like it's saying I only have these things. Hey Wishy, sorry to message you so late at night, but how are you set for tomorrow? You remember my friend Marsha's a total space cadet? She's got an urgent need for a power washer. A couple of disclaimers. 1, she's way out of town, but said she'll pay your expenses as long as they're not too astronomical. 2, it has to be tomorrow. I just thought doing an odd job somewhere alien might help your business take off. I'll text you the details when I get them in the morning, and you can see how it lands. Till then, you can always dream what it could be. Or we will go to Mars with this Castlevania-ass music going on. Hello, what are you? Hold on. Need to like shoot you down or something. What are you? I need to destroy you. What are you? I'm very disappointed. On to Mars, Astro Washer. We are extremely grateful you took the time to come all the way out here. Anyway, let's uncake the cake. Obviously, there's no repercussions to introducing all this water to Mars. The liquid oxygen reserves have been carefully calibrated to last precisely as long as the mission, so do not constrain yourself with time constraints. 2 levels, 20% depleted. As soon as you finish the mission, you will asphyxiate. Don't worry about it. That's what they just said. Mission exploratory rover has been contaminated with a dangerous substance. Has it now? No terraforming or colonization can take place until you eradicate its threat. Maybe we don't do that. Future humanity's expansion ensures the solar system rests in your capable hands. Expansion. The future of expansion. 40% depleted. I'm already up to 60%. You're too slow, messages. Expansion. Hey Barango, how you doing? Yeah, this music is extremely dramatic. The substance itself is extraordinarily powerful. Psychoactive chemical. Space drugs. When exposed, the individual can help it act with absolute integrity. What? Spice. Could he be the one? Can you imagine if something like the got into the wrong hands? %, depleted. This... No, you're not. I'm not really wanting to give me the angle to clean this fire very well. Previous outbreak, one of our colonies reorganized itself into a hierarchy determined solely by the skills, capabilities, and personality as individuals. Why is this tire still dirty? Piece your dirtiness at once. %, depleted. I'm too fast for it. Everything's dinging at me. Oh, I know it's still dirty. We have no swippers leaning away from the rovers that may or may not be human. Mast cameras. Oh, you're a mast. For your cameras. Mystery hatch. Hold on. Mystery hatch? Yeah, mystery hatch nowhere. Where's sensors? I saw something light up for a second. Body mounted sensor, okay. One of these sensors. There we go. It's a secret. Yeah, where's this mystery hatch? I supposed to follow these footprints to the mystery. Oh yeah, here's the mystery hatch. I have to actually cleanse this. Oh, he's back. No. Kill. Murder. Destroy. Be gone. Fuck off. He's invulnerable. Can't believe it. I can't believe we've been defeated by the gnome today. Why are we cleans a mystery hatch? The terrible gnome is back. Warning, Wishy, don't worry about that emergency job. My buds called it off. It rained last night and it's clean enough from that. Also, you wouldn't believe the dream I had last night. Well, should I donate my brain to Science Bizarro? How about you? Let me guess, you dreamt of watching the skyscraper after a huge gorilla made a mess of it? I miss you. See you soon, buddy. Uh-huh. The gnome fountain. Dirt finders, you know, we're going up in the world. The mayor recently said to me, Warden, we're going up in the world. I'm not currently at liberty to say why or how, but Buckingham needs every potential tourist attraction that I can lay its hands on. Leave no stone unturned unless it be a jewel. Or something to that effect. So I sent my deputy, Earl, out and about to see what he could find. In less than 3 weeks, he found a sorry-looking fountain near the edge of the middle of the recreational grounds. Urgently needs a splash of your expertise. Do what you can, Dirt Finder. Okay. What do you have? Oh, right, this... I hate how this one looks. The specific, power washer. Gnome fountain, but for obvious reasons, but what do you think it's made out of? It says stone. I'm gonna guess stone. Only found itself is of sufficient because if it's some kind of marbles, then we can potentially repurpose it into a new park keeper's lodge. Only if it's found itself is of sufficient quality, of course. Nefarious gnomes. What does they do? What are they up to? Could it possibly be? The terrible gnome. Nefarious gnome. Pin's the wrong button to switch this. Yeah, this washer's just so, like, bulky looking. It upsets me. It does look gross. I agree. Oh, this fountain isn't full of water, it's just gross, okay. Has a managed to turn this fountain into red. Is it full of blood? Like, what's going on here? I have concerns about what has happened here. This is correct music for the terror we're now facing. The terror of the gnomes. They're gonna get back at me for launching them all into the ocean, shit. Was it Half-Life 2 Episode 2s that had the gnome you could put into the rocket? Or was that Episode 1? I feel like that... I guess that had to be Episode 2. Because Episode 1 mostly took place inside the city, right? Actually, don't remember. It's been so long. Can you handle it? Imagine if I had a pool swim model. That'd be fun. Rejax off. Oh no, you wait. Why didn't that work? Do I need to refresh? Was it just on mine? It didn't work. No, just wait. What? Yeah, why didn't that work? Because you have a sub. That's weird. You know, I guess some Phoenix Wright songs and some Undertale songs are really similar because I thought this was an Undertale song until I looked. One's riding on in a gourd. Oh, it's another urn, but looked like a gourd. Can't believe Undertale and Phoenix Wright are set in the same universe. Easy peasy. Alright, so, yeah, it's funny they started with, like, that rover, which was really small, and now it's just, like, this giant-ass fountain. Here's your warm-up. Here's your appetizer. Now have the blood fountain for dessert. The delicious blood fountain. It's a mossy blood fountain. What else? What turns red when it oxidizes? I guess it could be covered in rust. Rust is usually more orange, though. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I have questions. Decoration while I'm here. Man. Oh man, we have so much to do still. Oh no. Oh, this is a big one. Like, yeah, well, I was thinking when I first saw the bonus ones, I was like, yeah, we'll blow through these in like a day. No. When I said clean a fountain, I was expecting like a baby fountain, not, you know, gigantor fountain here. Horrible gnomes. Does anyone even use garden gnomes still? I guess their purpose is just decoration, but like, they seem like they were just giant like lawn paperweights for some reason. Like, was there an expectation they would scare something off? But yeah, it was funny. I was put into a one of those like collaboration rooms earlier that have a like just randomly assign you a name, and it assigned me the name Carrying Clam, which was a very interesting name for it to pick for me. The Carrying Clam sounds like a restaurant and bars that a Yinglet would own, maybe. Yinglet restaurant, yeah. Welcome to the Carrying Clam. Joke's on you, the Carrying Clam's actually run by a clam conservationist. And won't let anyone eat the clams. Fucked up if true. Like that cities that uses the clams to determine if the water's fluid or not. Or say like hit a button once they close or something. It is neat. I don't remember what city it was. A scientist gone wild. Remember how early into evenings those Girls Gone Wild commercials always came on? Like, it was definitely while I was, as a child, still awake that those damn commercials came on. So is there, back in the like 90s and early 2000s, there was this thing called Girls Gone Wild, which was pornographic videos of barely legal girls that some dude was like always recording and, you know, whatever. But these commercials would basically just like show everything, just have like as a mildly censored like bar going on to like, you know, block out their tits or whatever. And like these commercials were on constantly. Like you couldn't go 5 minutes without seeing one of these damn commercials. I think a few times someone in those videos weren't legal and they ended up suing for it. Like the person ended up suing the company. But yeah, it was obnoxious. It's the kind of thing the head of safety for Blue Sky would like. That's such a stupid, like, Streisand effect that guy's created. Like, I would have never known about that shit if he didn't start, like, banning everyone for talking about it. We have an open network where all of the information is publicly accessible. Okay, but don't use the publicly available information or else I'll ban you. That's basically what Blue Sky has been doing lately. Very stupid. Like, that's Blue Sky's whole shtick is that everything is publicly available. That's why they don't allow for, like, locked accounts and stuff. But if you use any of that publicly available information in regards to any of the moderators, they'll be like, "You're stalking us." Yeah, it's very unfortunate how quickly Blue Sky has gone into the shitter. I mean, I like my blimps.xyz account on Fetty. Like, that one does me fine. The main problem was Mastodon and Fediverse and Activity Pub and all that shit is, the main problem is that there's, like, no discoverability. Like, if someone doesn't already know you're there, they're not going to find you. And that's a really bad thing for artists who are trying to sell artwork. So that's like my main complaint was like something with the discoverability of like Blue Sky, but otherwise, like, I don't know, I don't have the answer for good social media. But Blue Sky has its big problems if you have certain needs. And Blue Sky's always been owned by crypto idiots. So like that's not new. Like they've never had the audience they wanted. They got the audience that showed up because it was a place to go that wasn't Twitter. But what they wanted was Twitter's audience. They wanted to be Twitter again. They wanted people who are into crypto, who are into NFTs, who are into AI. That's what they want. That's not what they got. And so that's why they're very mad and very hostile towards their user base, because their user base is not who they want their user base to be. It's like if they just like let themselves be successful, they would do so much better, but no, they have to like whine and throw tantrums about the fact that they've got a bunch of queers and furries and trans people and shit on their website. So they just keep throwing fits about that instead. I don't know why I kept wanting to say queries. They've got SQL queries all over their website. Oh, disgusting. Honestly, I'd be pretty upset if my website was covered in SQL queries too. Why are you dirty? Be clean. Hey, Velociraptor, how you doing? I haven't had to deal with SQL queries in a hot minute, really, but that's mostly because they did a reorg at my work, and we had a dedicated team for our product, and we no longer have a dedicated team for our product, and so no work has come in for that product. So... I haven't had to really query anything in a long time. Mostly all just overarching architecture I do nowadays. Which is much less exciting just because you can't see the results of it. Or more precisely, you won't see the results of it for years, if ever. Yeah, I love that, that picture. That's like the Zang someone sent me earlier. Or they posted in Yinglet Zings maybe? No, they must have sent it to me directly. Did that end up? Yeah, I guess they sent it to me directly. Someone sent it to me directly. I swear someone sent it to me. Where did it go? Oh my god. What a long ass name for a file. I love my gibberish names for files. Where did it go? My gibberish names for files that also go into a folder hole and I have to find them. I'm confounded. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, someone sent me this. It's like people who like Cass just has an essay. People like Lopin. He's nice. It's like the fucking like meme of Marge holding the potato, except it's just like Marge holding Lopin and just like, I just think he's neat. I need to make that now. I'll have to boot up Yinglet Creator for the first time in like a while. There is a Final Fantasy Legend too. They let them have 2 legends? Damn. You know, I think it's funny is that there's a pixel remaster of FF5 removed Inuo and like the whole GBA bonus dungeons that had been kept around like the mobile port and stuff. But yet Square keeps like Squeenix keeps like using Inuo like in stuff. Like they didn't forget he existed. They're very specifically still acknowledging his existence. But he just wasn't included in the Pixel Remaster for some reason. And honestly, like, having played through that dungeon, it wasn't that bad. Like, I think they should have kept it around. I don't know why they didn't. I mean, except for the part where it's kind of pointless, I guess. Because, like, once you get Necromancer, like, there's nothing left to do. So unless they, like, offered a way to, like, start new games with all of the advanced classes, including Necromancer, it's just, like... I mean, I guess you get the other advanced classes a bit earlier, but, like... They'd have to make a way to start a new game as Necromancer or something, because otherwise it's just, like... It's so pointless. It's one of those things where, like, you have to beat, like... you have to do everything in the game. You have to use the hardest challenge in the game. after you've already beaten the game. So you have to have already beaten Ned. And then you can go into this bonus dungeons that only unlocks after you've beaten Ned. To do even harder challenges. You get a new job for it after you do all of that. But at that point, there's no reason for the job. You get this new job, and there's nothing left to do. Because you, by definition, had to do everything to get that job. It's such a bizarre choice. There's no, like, new game plus or anything in that game, it's just you're done. So it's like, I got Necromancer, I did the bonus dungeon for the retro achievements. That's the only time I ever did it, actually, was for retro achievements for the GBA version. And just like, once I got Necromancer, it's just like, okay, I have Necromancer now, I guess. These virtues of marble are that it doesn't readily absorb heat or moisture. Is that true? I wouldn't know, I've never been bougie enough to have marble. Currently, Earl and I are held up in a creosote shack, and boy does it get hot in the summer months, cold in the winter. I so want to just, like, as a shitpost, always say Grok is this true, but at the same time, I don't really want to acknowledge that stupid-ass spot. But, like, that's my first thought every time I want to say, is that true? I always want to say Grok is this true as, like, a joke. And that's specifically, the only reason it's even in my lexicon now is because of a post, because Oscar Blues made a, like, don't use AI guide for his students, basically, because he teaches CS. And one of the things he, like, included in it was, like, a thing where it was, like, a study saying, you know, that using... I'm not even supposed to... Using AI causes, like, cognitive decline and stuff. Cognitive decline and stuff. And, like, in response to that post, just someone going, Grok, is this true? So, like, I just think that all the time now. Are you not playing? I demand you be clean. Clean. So look, we completely cleaned almost the outside of this horrible contraption. Horrible fountain of doom and gloom. This blood ocean over here. Blood ocean. I can't do that kind of like rough voice. I don't know how Brendan Small has a range. Bias used to be able to do really funny deep voices. I don't know if he still can or not. I think some of that stuff kind of goes away as you get older. I don't know, just voice, like a lot of voices. It's a voice none of y'all would have ever heard, because I don't think he's ever done it on my stream, so... I guess it's not really very useful to talk about. Okay. The separated now seems to be all one giant contraption. Oh no, it is separated by segments. I can't talk today. Bigger man. Use this, I think it makes it a little bit better, maybe. Talking is difficult. Especially when you've been talking all day. I shouldn't be tired, so I slept pretty well last night. I just was at work an extra hour. I'll be at work an extra hour tomorrow, too. And then Friday's gonna be really fun. Boy, howdy. Friday, I'll be at work an extra 24 hours. Probably. That should be Sandoval's, that nonsense finally. That's been taking up my weekends for the last month. Yeah, we're moving a data center. Specifically, it's a production data center, so it's going to take a while. Like moving to each is a lower environment data centers. Each took like 7 hours to do, and production is way more complicated. So we're not even starting until like at night. So it's going to be like an overnight thing. So I'm going to be fucking dead all weekend, even after it ends. Like, don't expect a stream this coming weekend of any sort. Their optimistic time frame is that it will be done by about noon Saturday. That's their best case scenario. Which of course means it's probably gonna be more like way later than that. I'm gonna be a bit bitchier at my QAs this time, though, because they would do testing for. They did testing for the other ones before we like switched over. But the testing was like, they would tell me they tested it early and it passed, but it turns out they like did the most bare bones bullshit. So I'm gonna make sure they test like very early this time, so that I'm not caught off guard by a bunch of stuff that they knew about already. Hey Quillsoft, how you doing? I am the wet squiggler, it's true. The wet squiggler rides again. There's a video that has been going around recently for Minecraft. I remember boosting it a couple days ago too, where like someone gets attacked by one of the like baby zombies, and they just like build a railways that makes it go really fast and just launches it into the stratosphere in retaliation. And its comments was another video where someone like just spammed a bunch of fish into a hole and then removes the water, and all the fish just like flew out and took up every square, and just starts playing like mariachi music for a second. I'll put Midas on my head. All right. Which one's this Midas or? I think I should be able to put the dancing one. Let me find the dancing one. I thought I had the actually, the dancing one might already be there as a prop. That's a way. No. Wait, yeah. Let's show. Yeah, there he is. I need to remember how to get rid of the sticker. Delete. There we go. Yeah, I already had it set up there from a while ago. So that's why it's not a sticker, it's like a prop I already had set up. This wacky ass music. Isn't River City Ransom like what's that game called? Not Miami Heat. Something like that though. What's that game called? Hotline Miami. Isn't like Hotline Miami? Like I didn't know how to get rid of the round Midas. Oh, I'm stuck with a round wagon. There's a lime ball, it won't go. I wasn't expecting, I'll have to look at what the other two things are after this one's done. I was not expecting such a, large and in charge clean project as the second bonus one. After the first one was like a 10-second clean project. Why is the floor bloody? Like, what is all this nastiness? What did they do? Blood is such an awful smell, too. I'm sure someone out there is like, I love the smell of blood in the morning, but I am not one of them. Oh my god, I didn't even see this part. What the fuck is this shit? I'm only 33% done? Get out of here, get out of town. The horrors of cleaning the blood. Ultra Blues has a... Not that it's ever come up, but like Ultra Blues has a rules that his students are expressly forbidden from watching his streams. I've only ever had one coworker like donate to one of my charity drives once before, but otherwise like they've never shown up to my streams, so I've never had to explicitly ban them from my streams. Speaking of, I need to make an announcement sheet for the upcoming Trans Lifeline charity drives I do every year. I need to make like a little splash page for it or something. I've never done that before, but it might be a cool idea. You take like a week off of work after this Friday or something, and just be like, no. Just be like, no. Oh, cool. It was kind of funny to see you on Saturday at like the earlier group and not the later group. He didn't stick around very long, so he kind of poofed. I see. Yeah, that was most of the creatures there were other streamers from the Critter Time group. But it's like it's open like my instances where it's just like if you know someone's there, you're allowed to join, as long as you don't cause a ruckus. Which on that note, my Saturday, unless the event this weekend gets canceled, you know, the work thing this weekend gets canceled somehow, which isn't impossible, but it's very unlikely. Uh, I am very unlikely to be hosting the Saturday meetup because I will probably be asleep. It'll be like when I got back from Ohio a few weeks back, and like I went to bed at like 5 o'clock on Friday and didn't wake up until 8 in the morning on Saturday. So that's probably going to happen again. I'm probably going to go to bed like whenever we're done, not wake up till the next day. This is this. Oh my god, how big is this? Like, it feels like I should have already done like a lap of this. I'm only 39% done. Ridiculous. Outrageous. Don't mind saying that I'm struggling to find some motivation to come to work. Uh, If I knew I was coming to a brand new deluxe marble keeper's lodge, possibly even Defiance this side of Detergento? Well, Detergento? Detergento. The home of detergent. Do you know where your Detergento is? It's 9 o'clock. Do you know where your Yinglet is? I've been considering, like, vaguely considering getting a bell for the cat. It would be very funny. He would be very annoyed by it. I don't know if I would also be very annoyed by it, though. I guess we'd find out. It's not really sneaky, though, I guess. Like, you always know he's coming because he always roars. He does, like, it's not really a roar, but, like, every time he's approaching you from, like, anywhere, you use, or jumping down for something, or jumping up to something, he always just, like, you know, a little noise. Which, the, friend of mine that gave us a cat, always described as a roar. Because his brother does it, too. Clark. Come on. Taco. I've been wanting tacos. I've been meaning to get some kind of taco, like soft tortilla shells, or just some tortillas, I guess. Not really shells, but I mean, grab some tortillas. I haven't made fajitas in a long time. I would like to have those again. They're very nice. I'll have to remember how to do my marination. I'll have to remember how I usually marinate my chicken, because it's been years since I've done it. Sour made with Cheez-Its? Wow. That's pretty good. That could be pretty good. If you're the kind that likes Cheez-Its. That's... Yeah, I imagine they would be very brittle. That reminds me of the taco shells at Taco Bell's are made of the Doritos. And I remember they used to have a Cool Ranch one and just a normal Dorito one, and they got rid of the Cool Ranch one at some point, I guess because it was less popular. But my main problem was which I haven't really had Taco Bell in a while, but when I did have it, my main problem was that, like, after your first one, if you had two of them in a row, the second one didn't hit, like, at all. It had, like, you couldn't taste it anymore. You need, like, a palate cleanser between them. Hey, Sheen, how you doing? So that was, like, the main thing. You know, I haven't tried the Taco Bell nuggets yet, because they started going all in on chicken, right? And so their first forays into chicken were actually, like, extremely gross. So I've been afraid to try any of their newer chicken stuff because their original chicken stuff was bad. Well, it wouldn't hurt my stomach. It was just like the chicken was like half cartilage. Like they forgot that the chicken was supposed to have meat in it. Like that's the kind of chicken, at least the place that's near me was like. So it was just like, it was very chewy and tough, which is not what I expect out of chicken inside of like a burrito or a chalupa or whatever. Hey Hero, how you doing? Last time you were here was a Monday too, wasn't it, Hero? I think you've only been in my power washing streams, my moist maxing days. The fuck goes this Elder Scrolls, okay. Oh my. Yeah, mostly, well, I only did one stream of it, but I'm back on my SM64 bullshit for a little bit at least. I know that does sound very dangerous. Oh, by the way, here, did you know you can set your pronouns to show up on Twitch? It goes through, you can do it, you can have it display through, I think it's Twitch TV that has it. Is it Better Twitch TV or is it Frankerface? It must be, it's Frankerface. Yeah, Frankerface has a display for it, but it hooks into that website to do it. You have both, yeah. So like you should see, like, for example, if you have it turned on, you should see is that Quillsoft has it/they. It's a pronouns. Like if it sounds weird, that's just my accent, I guess. I mean, I am Southern, so that's why you got the clip where I go yeehaw Junction, yeehaw, you know. Yahoo! Yeah, I cannot make my voice gurgle like that on purpose. We'll never know how I did that. But yeah, Frankerface has a setting to show them, and it'll show the big one buys the streamer's name if they have it set up, and then of course little ones in chat for everyone who has it set up. So I believe you're also an id, aren't you, Hero? You have your set. It'll probably take a couple minutes to show up. Let me refresh, see if it shows up. Yeah, it hasn't shown up yet, but it should show up soon. Takes a little bit to propagate sometimes. $15 minutes, yeah, hopefully not that long, but yeah. Yeah, ever since I became an id, I've met a surprisingly large number of its. Which I feel like before that, and then I, like, pretty much knew, like, one. Are you angry as a bot for ooh-wooing at you? The bot, ooh-woo is in response to, you saying nice. I think it also responds as the number 69. I don't remember if I set up to do that or not. But it responds to the word nice. And it'll say something random. It either says uvu. I think it says ovo, yes, there's ovo. It'll say nice, or it'll say, boing, I think is one of the ones it says. It does not have a 6-7 reaction because I was not aware of that meme when I set it up, and I keep forgetting if I even care to put something in relation to that. Well, mine's not Zazim +1 either because I don't want to be called Zazim at all. But, like, I was going by he or she for a while, but that was mostly just because, like, gender's always been kind of irrelevant to me. And so, like, my response to that originally was to just be he or she. But then I decided to switch to it. Oh, I see. Well, so I've seen some creatures post about it, is, like, a lot of creatures have a weird hang-up about, calling someone it. Because they're like, it dehumanizes, you know, it's just like, yeah, exactly, that's the point. That's the point. the dehumanization beam. I think like half of this chat would want to get hit by that at least, if not more. If Millie was here, she definitely would. One day we will de-blood this pool. This fountain, I mean. Well, it says pool. It's a fountain. It's a pool fountain of poolness. I guess. I don't know. For some reason it's making me hungry, so... I don't know why, but that suddenly reminded me of that, I think I used a PNG tuber last, Halloween also. Where is it? I, like, do my best to organize all of my art as well as I can, and then I still get, like, really confused on where anything is, like, immediately. But yeah, it's the, Vampire Yinglet PNG tuber from a couple years ago. Delicious. I like this stupid cloak I gave myself. Still has a bow and everything on, so. At some point I'm going to have like this whole ass wall cleaned, and then it'll just be the floor. And then we'll have this monstrosity. Which is doing that zing, oh no. Y'all believe Twitch is doing that thing again? It was really funny to me was the subway level of this, where the lights were like extremely covered in grime, but somehow still worked. They didn't burn out. And so like, it seemed to indicate that say it had been like abandoned for like decades at that point. I think this floor is all like one giant floor. Annoying to clean. Hard to segment it when it's all one thing. Gotta use the barriers of your mind. What? Damn. Gonna come at me and say that, huh? Very rude. Oh, Eek is very cool. Ad break time. Everyone take a stretch break, get some water. I'll see you soon. Wow. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back from the ad zone. From the clip zone. Back to water zone. Act 2. Sonic has passed. What? I'm not mad at you. Why would you think that? I am not a passive-aggressive creature. If I was mad at you, you would definitely know it. Because I probably would have timed you out or something. Most creators just don't know what I'm like when I'm mad because I haven't gotten mad on stream very often. You've never been a problem, Phil. Like, don't worry about it. You're always a lot of fun to hang out with, in fact. Someone's gotta bring energy, because I don't fucking have any, that's for damn sure. Hold on, what is this? Bitstream? I've never heard of that. Bitstream. Just Shapes and Beats? No, I'm not familiar with that one. I couldn't help noticing that the fountain seems covered in a lustrous variety of moss, lichen, and algae. Just 3 of my favorite things to find on a wall. Naturally, moss sits on its own, lichen and second, algae's third, so I do still have time for algae. Right, so the floor is going to blind us at some point, and it's going to be when I least expect it. Earl does too. Sometimes I see him have a nibble as he passes her restrooms. Least ever thing find a wall graffiti. There we go. Oh, okay. Isn't what's that game? Make sure it doesn't. Okay, she's not live. What's that game called? Geometry Dash. Isn't Geometry Dash like that too? Oh, okay. Yeah, the only music game I ever played was, what was that game called? It was, like Asteroids, but you imported your own music into it. I don't remember what that game was called. I haven't played it in a long time. Beat Hazard, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. That's like the only, like, Rhythm game I've really played in recent memories that, you know, wasn't something like Space Channel 5 or whatever. Fluffy and Strongly, it's true. I didn't realize this upper area was part of the same foundation. Yeah, that's allowed. Hugs are fine. Levin hugs me all the time. I'm pretty low on the barrier front when it comes to anyone I know a reasonable, like, to a reasonable extent. I just don't do stuff because I know most others' barriers are way higher than mine, so I tend to just not do anything. But yeah, as long as you're not like a total stranger, like, I'm kind of just down with whatever. Keep in mind the ace part, of course. You know a game I've been kind of wanting to play again, which I don't know how feasible that will be, because DOSBox kind of a pain in the ass, but I've been thinking about Interstate 76 for a while. I have no idea how well it aged, because I haven't played it since it was new. But that was a interesting game. Not Fallout Advisor numbers. I've never enjoyed any of the 3D Fallouts. Honestly, I only really like the first Fallout. Fallout 2 is fine, but like the first Fallout's the only one I really ever liked very much. Can you handle it? How you doing, Axe? Haven't seen you around these parts in a while. Hope you're well. Yeah, what year did Interstate 76 come out? 1997. Yeah, it makes sense. That sounds about right for how old I was. I remember that was when I first learned about degaussing monitors. Because I'd play it for so long that I actually had to degauss my monitor. I unfortunately did not have co-op multiplayer, it only had versus, which was always very upsetting because you almost always had NPC cars with you. You have to ask a protogen maybe. Maybe they know. I guess it might not even be a DOS game. If it was released in 97, it might be an actual Windows 95 game, which doesn't necessarily mean it'll work on DOS. So a VM might work then? I'll have to look into it. A VM would be a little bit easier to handle and manage than a than DOS box. I've been meaning to set up VMs for a few things, and I just never get around to it. Just use Hyper-V, I guess, since it's built into Windows 10 anyway. Remember when Windows 7 came with like the Windows XP mode? I think it was, yeah, it was 7. And I remember I had set the background of it to be like some inflated character. And I completely forgot about that. And I remember I gave that computer to my dad, and I was like, oh yeah, it's got a Windows XP mode too, and I like showed it to him and just got blasted with this inflated character, and I was like, oh, oops. I forgot about that one, whoops. Because I hadn't used it in years. I think I last used it to play like Castles of Winds or some bullshit. I just made an excuse that I was like, oh, you're right, I set that to like mess with a friend of mine and just like changed it real fast and moved on with my life. Okay, 60, oh my god. It's a new funny number, % complete. It's going to reach the point of saturation where, like, it's going to generally just be considered funny because you're supposed to consider it funny. Because that is something that, like, that is definitely a phenomenon that happens in society. It's like, if you're supposed to accept something as funny, you're just going to. And I feel like 6-7 is starting to hit that point where, like, people who definitely have no idea, like, why it's funny just find it funny because they're supposed to find it funny. Which is whatever, it's harmless, so it's like, if it spreads to be, like, relatively universally funny for no particular reason, it's not like that's a dangerous, you know, it's not like that's really a bad thing, it's just interesting. It's an interesting observation. Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where, like, in 10 years, you might encounter it and suddenly find it funny. And that's happened to me with stuff before, too. It's like, there's been stuff where Midas, like, when I first started dating him, sent me, like, a video, and I found the video extremely, like, unpleasant. Like, for example, the Nice Day Out video where, you know, it's a driving, I'm speeding, and I'm vigorously masturbating. That song? Like, when I first encountered that song, I thought it was the most unfunny thing I'd ever seen in my life. And then I encountered it randomly, like, a decade later, and I thought it was hilarious. And I mean, there would have been, like, experience changes and stuff, and just, like, you know, age-related changes in that meantime, but I think it's also partially just, like, it had been stewing in the back of my mind and my subconscious for a decade, so when it came back, it just suddenly was like, oh my god, you know? So I have a feeling that, like, 6-7's gonna go out of vogue and then come back at some point. Is probably what's going to happen to it. What is happening? Like, it's going to have a resurgence after a couple years. It's not the only, like, memes that's done that. Or, well, I'm theorizing it's going to do it, but, like, other memes have done that, where they've had, like, their second coming. Oh, there's my car. Like, honestly, I feel like Shrek had that happen once or twice, where, like, everyone was so over Shrek, and then a few years went by, and suddenly everyone liked Shrek again. That's probably going to happen with, like, Minions, assuming it ever stops being, like, a boomer joke. Like, Minions will probably go, like, die off finally, and then, like, a decade later it'll get revived, and everyone... it'll go either way. Either no one will give a shit, or everyone will, like, love it again. Fads are circular, memes are circular. Like, 90s fashion's coming back. You know? You know, if you love wearing clothing that's 2 sizes too big for you, that's coming back. You want your jackets and shirts to go down to your knees, because I sure did when I was a kid. It's back, baby. And that was just sincere, I sure did when I was a kid, because I did. Because it was the fashion at the time. It was as was the style at the time. Like, my mom would keep trying to get me clothing that fit me, and I would be like, no, this is way too small. And she'd be like, but it fits you perfectly. It's like, no, it's way too small. But is this a shirt for ants? It has to be at least 2 times bigger. Skinnies? I don't know what skinnies are. Skinny jeans? Oh, okay. I was going to say skinny sounds anathema to my whole existence. God, the number of people, like... So there was an old SNL skit about mom jeans that I remember seeing as a kid. And that has poisoned my mind forever. And I still see people wearing mom jeans sometimes. And mom jeans are just like these, like, blue jeans that women wear that kind of just, like, go up a little too high and accentuate their ass just a little too much. And when I say a little too much, I don't mean like, you know, ooze. It's, you know, I just mean like, it's a little bit more than you would expect to see from a normal pair of jeans. And like when I was in Ohio a couple weeks back, I saw so many people wearing mom jeans, and I was just like, I had to like just poker face it and move on with my life, because I was just like, holy shit, like people are actually wearing this still. Like, what are you doing? How did people get so close to this? Oh god, this doesn't want to clean. This fountain was bad enough, now it's being a bitch. I haven't watched SNL in such a long time. From all accounts, it doesn't have a whole lot going for it anymore. Or maybe it's more specifically, I'm not interested in seeing the kind of things they want to make fun of. Maybe that's mostly what it is. I've heard some wacky things coming out of the UK where, like, I guess it's a reform party, got some, like, local council seats, and as they're acting like they're going to use those local council seats to, like, change the entire country, which it's not how that works. It's like my city councilman is not going to change the laws of the entire United States, you know? Everywhere's wacky these days. That's kind of the problem. I don't know why I keep hitting tab. I know it's dirty. I just like flashing myself, I guess. Stop hitting tab. Take your hands off the keyboard. Take control of your life. Hey. Wait. What? Oh god, what was that super jump? It is fun to just press the button, but it also is very blinding to press the button. Forcing me to use an inferior PowerWasher, and that's very upsetting. It'd be so much easier if I was using the good stuff. I remember to update that spam message, by the way, to mention the Squishy Enclave instead of just the Blue Yinglet Discord. Because I had a placeholder name for so many years. Now it's the Squishy Enclave. Everyone voted for it. It was 10-5 on Squishy versus Squish. It was surprising. I mean, squishy's a good word. I've always been squishy. I took a break from being squishy for a bit when I first became a Yinglet, but I've always been squishy. Hey, Mander, how you doing? That's good. Welcome to Monday. Oh. Okay. A weird song to make a remix of. Hey, Bridget. How was XCOM? How you doing? Welcome to Moist Maxing Monday. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm Rejax, I'm a Yinglet. If you don't know what a Yinglet is, you can type !Yinglet. A lot of zombies. I am also fluffy and scrumbly, it's true. We are fluffy but made of sticks. We're currently doing the bonus power washing those. We done the main story as it exists. And now we're cleaning this giant ass fountain, which has basically been the whole stream. We're at 75%. Fun to hug, thank you. Yeah, I am a variety streamer. On Mondays I do this power washing simulator for the foreseeable until I finish it. Tuesdays and Thursdays I tend to do a variety of things. Right now I'm working on a Mario 64 ROM hack called Dog Collab. Fridays I often do Elite Dangerous exploration, and then Sundays I usually do something co-op with Midas. That is my existence in the world of Twitch. If any of that sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit that follow button, it's anonymous. So Saturday, so this weekend, Bridget, specifically, we're doing a move of a data center, and it's starting at 11 o'clock at night on Friday. And we're currently, the optimistic end time is going to be around noon on Saturday, so I will either be working or sleeping on Saturday. Most likely. Hey, Ennis, how you doing? So this weekend's a wash, but wash. But any other weekend, I should be around on Saturdays typically. Because this should be the end of that whole project, so I shouldn't have to work weekends anymore after this for a while. Ah, it's the eternal DMCA song. So perhaps his remix won't DMCA us. Yeah, I could have joined in on Sunday, but I was like extremely just like exhausted from everything. So I just didn't do anything on Sunday. Which is why we also didn't have a Squishy Sunday stream. Because Midas was also feeling some malaise. I did go and have a milkshake for the first time in a year from a mom and pop shop. That was nice. Yeah, getting one from a place that actually just mixes it as an actual milkshake instead of it coming out of a machine tends to have much better results on everything. Welcome to Rejax's chat room. Thanks, Twitch. I didn't know I'd left. Like playing Archipelago and giving myself items, just like, thanks me. On that topic, I'm planning to do an Archipelago probably during the last weekend of this month, or is this first month of June. I need to make an announcement event for that still. It's also going to be around when I start my yearly Trans Lifeline charity drive, so look out for that. It usually starts out on Memorial Day. And that usually goes until around my birthday. So I think my birthday's on a Tuesday this year, so I'll probably have it end on that Saturday. Yeah, so I'll probably have it end on the 28th instead of June. Or at least have the grand finale on that Sunday. I'll try to make like a silly board game again or something like I made for the Trevor Project Winter Charity. I think that would be fun. I had a pretty good time putting that together and forcing creatures to go through it. The hardest part about putting events together that involve other creatures is just that, like, it's very hard to get creatures together, and even if someone says they're available, a lot of times it doesn't actually mean they're available. That's always a danger. Yeah. Not even big groups, like even just getting like 4 creatures together sometimes is impossible. Like I've had like things like open before where I've said like only hit this button if you're going to be available at that time, and I get like 8 creatures heading and that they'll be available and only one shows up. It's just like, oh, okay. Where's everybody else? What happened? Yeah, exactly. It's a D&D issue. But yeah, it's hard to do a finale, like a big finale for a charity event on a weekday since everyone's at work. So I usually just push it to the closest weekend whenever that happens. Why is this still so dirty? I'm missing. Oh, I missed this part. My problem with TTRPG groups is they usually last for like a month or two and then just dissolve very suddenly. And that's been my experience with every single online group I've ever tried to do. All the in-person ones I had lasted forever until like everyone decided to move out of the area. That was kind of the problem, but like they lasted years. But like every time I try to do online, I get like a couple months out of it at most, and then it just ends. I also limit myself to an extent because one, I have to actually know the creatures in the group, or at least most of them. And two, I will not do Pathfinder. I refuse to do Pathfinder. I've had so many bad experiences with Pathfinder. It is the worst system I've ever played, hands down. Lower column volute. Nice. Okay, so that's... Wait, this one's not clean? This flourish isn't clean? What are you talking about? Did I miss this one? Okay. I think the rest of them should... Yeah. I need a scaffolding or something? Like, how am I gonna get up here? Soccer ball. There's no scaffolding. How am I gonna get up here? I guess I climb. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'm not done down here yet. Hey Jinpu, welcome. Ooh, Hotel Renovator. I'm not familiar with that one. Tell me about Hotel Renovator. Hope it treated you well. Guys, welcome everyone from Jinpu's stream. I'm Rejax. It's a local Yinglet. If you don't know what a Yinglet is, type exclamation point Yinglet to find out. I play varieties of games. On Mondays I do power washing until it's done. Tuesdays and Thursdays I tend to do a variety of things. At the moment I'm doing a Mario 64 ROM hack called Dog Collab. And I love Mario 64 by the way, I play it a lot. Do very funny things in it. On Fridays I tend to do stuff in Elite Dangerous, like exploration. It's usually a pretty chill time. And on Sundays I usually do something cooperative with Midas. Hope everyone's doing well. It's kind of like House Flipper, but a bit jankier. I'll be experiencing House Flipper at some point since I got it for free. I've never played it. I'm aware of it. I've seen it. I've just never played it. So that could be fun. What makes it jankier? Oh, Fast Flipper has a story mode. I did not know that, actually. Okay. I thought it was just like a series of contracts and you just kind of did some... I mean, I guess that's what this is story too. Is it controls? Oh, okay. Are they not rebindable? Yeah, I've played some games with wild controls, and that always makes things very confusing. Gotta say is that is one heck of a fountain. Looks like that keeper slot is dead into water. Oh well. It is one heck of a fountain. Say, what do you think is the square footage of this thing that's once filled? Oh, no snap to grid. Ew. Yeah, I might be getting myself as a little idea here. Yeah, any game where you like place down furniture needs to have a snap to grid optionally. I feel like anyway. Face just one giant, and like it seems to be. That's interesting considering the rest of it's segmented. Oh, baby's on the move. Time towards a crunching. So many setups that cat cam. I have a webcam now for as a cat cam. I just haven't set it up. He's been sitting pretty on the bed for the whole stream, and I could have had him in the corner sitting pretty for you too. That's so many segments to it. I'm gonna definitely miss some of them just because, like, this whole upper wall section is just wild. It's an edge and then a wall and then a different wall, and like this is clean, but this isn't clean. Aren't you clean? Now you're clean. I just have to ask. Just ask and you shall receive. Is it clean? Ask and you shall be wet squiggler. You ever see like creatures in other chats that used to come to your streams a lot, and you just want to be like, hey, where have you been? Like, why don't you ever show up anymore? But you never do, because that's just like very rude. Yeah, I don't like this power. I didn't like this power washer like ever. Like, this one always felt like a bad mid step. It's mostly been fine for it, but now y'all know. Now y'all know if I see you somewhere else and you haven't been here for a while, I'm zinking it. I'm judging. I'm judging you. Gonna use a big ol' stink eye. Stink eye is such a funny term. Yep, yeah, you feed yourself. Thanks for the raid. There's a lower bass and bass. The lower bass and drum and bass. Oh, here's a big old chunk of gunk. Chunk of gonk. I am shocked. This level should have had scaffolding. At least a step ladder. Like, come on. What are we doing? A weird level. Come on, lower bass and just clean already. Sweet. Sweet. Baby is sad. I hear his cries of anguish. Volute. Right, I need to get up. There we go. Yeah, I tried a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon a long time ago, but like, when I say, like, I mentioned once before that I couldn't be the Pokemon I wanted to be, and someone mentions that, like, yeah, the newer ones let you, like, just pick who you want to be, but, like, what I mean by that is literally, like, the ones I want to be aren't an option. As a playable character in general, like, I don't think any of the bug Pokemon are an option. For example, like, I can't be like I can't even be something stupid like Breloom's like pre-evolved form. I can't be like I can't be like a Ariados or something. Like, I can't be any of that shit. 84%. Yeah, we got some emotional music going on here. Lower bass and gnome. Another series I should give another shake to. I originally played the first Kingdom Hearts when it first came out on PS2, and got very bored of it in the Nightmare Before Christmas land. Just never touched the series again after that, because I was just like, man, this is such a boring game. Of course, it probably doesn't help that I don't have a particularly large amount of nostalgia for Disney. Like most Disney stuff I've been exposed to was after I became an adult. Oh good, Twitch's chat went down again. There we go. Oh, Pilot Wings, hell yeah. Pilot Wings 64 is such a good game. I almost got like all gold on that. I just couldn't. I haven't tried to like figure out the two where you glide and take pictures. Because there's the only two I haven't done. And of course, last time I streamed it was years ago at this point, so there's a high likelihood I never actually get around to going back to it, but... That game's a good shit, that's for sure. Pilot Wings 64. The music's really good and it's really relaxing. There's only a couple of levels that are like actually stressful. For the most part, it's just a really chill game. We're gonna go ahead and let Twitch do that thing. Sorry, I want to take a stretch break, get some water, I'll see you soon. Man, I came back to the same clip. That's so weird how that keeps happening. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Moisture Monday. The Wet Squiggler Monday. I think it just works better when it's got this attachment on this particular doodad does. A reminder, you can stick more than one thing to me if you so desire. I think it just has an hour cooldown between each sticking of things to me, and you can decide on different locations. At least it should. I've only one creature usually ever redeems it per stream, so it should work, theoretically. Yes, can we finish? Large and in charge. Mountain. Finishing off these gnomes is going to be really difficult. Guess I'll be the final item I do. I think I'm done with... Could be done with the edges. I think I just didn't finish all of the edges for some reason. Not sure why. Seems like I just wasn't thorough in that one spot for some reason. It's a big ass fountain. Scrub all the floors in Hyrule. Okay. I'll come back for the gnomes later, I guess. Once I'm done with the rest of this junk. Yeah, this particular not like PowerWash is not good against graffiti. For whatever reason. And it doesn't have the triple head either. Like that triple head was so fucking good. How could you take that away from me? Oh my god. Do I have to get on top of this too? I certainly hope not. At some point, I've been talking about it for a long time, but at some point I plan to play through the Ultimas also. Which the main problem is, like, as interesting as the original, like, Ultimas are, like the first couple are, like, boy howdy, are they very basic, but they should still be something to show off. Did you notice I trapped a cat in there with you, Midas? I decided to cause trouble. I'm sure he's not particularly perturbed about it. I like how you can rotate a straight, like just single beam spray. He was very upset for a moment and decided to nap. Amazing. I need to like move out of this place I live in right now, because I got an email. So basically, like, I'm in a situation where there's like there's like a big HOA and then a little HOA inside of it that my particular building's part of. And the big HOA keeps getting fucking sued, which becomes everyone's problem. I got an email yesterday about yet another lawsuit they settled. And it's like, boy, I'd love to stop having to, like, pay for your fuck-ups. Plus, like, I would like to move into a lower hazard flood zone. I would like to move into a place that is less likely to flood. Ideally, a place that doesn't have hurricanes anymore either. But at least not flooding would be nice. So yeah, if you live somewhere that's doesn't have natural disasters, or at least doesn't have many, doesn't have like immensely dangerous ones, and also is cheap, don't tell me on Twitch, tell me privately. But let me know privately. Because, like, most of the nice, like, cheap places I look at are, like, way up north. Like, in, like, blizzard country. Like, endless blizzard country. Like, we're talking about, you know, Wisconsin's and New Hampshire's and shit like that. Which, like, cool, but also I don't know how to deal with that. And I don't know if I want to learn how to deal with that in my old age. No. I refuse. I refuse to wear pants and socks all day, every day. I mean, yeah. Hello. Hello down there. I like how Halo called itself Combat Evolved, even though it was like very divisive at the time. Next evolution of combat is here. I'm going to assume I'm not supposed to get on top of this because I don't know how to. No, I do need to get up there. How do I get up there? No scout. Is there, I guess there's a ladder somewhere, maybe? I'll have to go looking for it. There must be a ladder on the floor somewhere. They're less obvious than scaffolding, so I might have just missed that. I'll need it to help me clean those gnomes anyway, because I haven't cleaned those yet. Because they're a very awkward spot. Honestly, shocked I haven't just like fallen down around it, considering I'm just like blindly walking around backwards. Yeah, this is a hell of a map. I was not expecting like a second super map, like just immediately. I seem to just be like a bunch of funky fresh maps for fun. Oh no, it's a baby screams. The anguish has begun. Why are you not clean? Why is this wall in particular being really rough? Hey Ribbon, welcome back. You went to FWA? Congratulations on your trip. What did you miss? I don't know. Probably not much, because I've been working weekends, hell. So. That's good. I've only been to FWA once. I should probably go. Should probably go again sometime. I didn't have a particularly good time so one time I went. But that was largely because I didn't really know anyone was there. I found out later a bunch of people I knew was there, but at the time I didn't know anyone was there. So I only got to meet up with like most of my friends as they were leaving to go to the airport. And I was just like, oh, okay. I probably would have had a better time if I had known anyone was fucking there. Funky ass music. Honker's bad fur day, really. I mean, this was back in, let me check. I've still got the email. 2019 this would have been. So, you know, it's whatever. A gift sub to someone I never heard of is expired. Oh no. Oh yeah, did you, actually you did miss something, Ribbon, possibly. There is a website that has been making AI generated voices of streamers. And many creatures I know are on that website, unfortunately. It might be worthwhile to make sure you're not there, and if you are, to file a DMCA takedown. I don't have the details on hand. But if you look at Genpoo's Blue Sky feed, you'll be able to find info. Okay, there is a ladder. Wait, I thought I had cleaned all of you. Music sounds Minecrafty to me. It's not. It's Conquer, apparently. Yeah, I'm not on that website somehow. I mean, I guess that's good. It's one of those situations where it's like, that's good, I'm not on it. I hate to play this clip. It's good I'm not on it, but at the same time, it's like, what am I, chopped liver? You know? It's like I'm insulted that I'm not important enough to, like, fucking rip off. Like, good, I'm not on this shitty website. Like, but what's fucking wrong with me? Why am I not good enough to be on this shitty website? How do I get up there? Apparently it's not with the ladder. Do I just have to jump? Okay, yeah, I guess I just jump. Yeah, I wonder if it's... I am... Because... I know it's not a size thing, because streamers who are my size and, you know, around my size are also on it, so I wonder if it's just because I talk funny. Every time it tries to say anything, it just says England. Become England. I remember the one time it said become human when I was saying become Yinglet. I don't know how it pulled that off. It only did it once, I recall. I think that was during Dragon Quest III. But it was astonishing, to say the least. Yeah, maybe. No, that sounds pretty awful to become human. That'd be such a downgrade. Like, imagine being human. This edge is not happy with me. Oh, hi. You escaped, baby. Why are you slinking around? He's prowling like he's hunting something, but I know better. He never goes... It's kind of funny. He never goes after flies or anything. If there's ants, you know, which... It's about that time of year when ants start showing up. If there's ants, he just like gets upset at them and just like stares at them hunching. Which makes it easy to tell that there's ants because he'll go to like a place where he doesn't usually hang out and just stare at nothing for a while. But rocks. But it's just like he doesn't go after anything. The only thing he's done is what I didn't want him to do, which was he got rid of all the spiders, which is unfortunate. That's like the one thing I didn't want him to get rid of. Spiders can stay around. I don't want anything else though. I don't remember if I talked about it on stream, but while I was in Ohio, I'd call Midas every evening before I went to sleep and do like a video call. And it's the first time I called him, like somehow a wasp had gone into the apartment and decided to like bother him at that exact moment. And I have no idea how a wasp got in here, because we have an interior like lobby with an elevator, and all the floors are interior too. So like when I told like one of my coworkers who has watched the cat before, like about the fact there was a wasp, he was just like, "What? It takes the elevator?" Just like, how'd it get in here? Like, I had to do some shenanigans to get in here. Midas is amazing, though. He makes the impossible possible every day. For good and bad. Well, have y'all seen the research for those, like, tails for, like, older people's mobility issues? Like, when is that going to become something you can just buy in a store? Like, balance issues specifically. They've, like, made, like, prosthetic tails for people with, balance issues. And I would like to have one, please. Thank you. Yeah, I've seen a few articles and like a video about it a while back. I don't know if they're actually like finished being made or if they're just being researched currently. But I do know they exist as at least a prototype. But like, it was just like, I'd like that, please. I'd like to have that, please. I really should get a fursuit tail someday. Never bothered getting the wolf fursuit back then. I could never find a maker that would do what I wanted to have done. Now that's kind of irrelevant, but now I need to like figure out a way to get a Yinglet fursuit in a way that still would make me at least appear to be the raptor shape. But I take having a partial, like I take having at least a tail and maybe a head, at least for the short term. Hello baby, you're back. Fursuits are so much more expensive than they were back in my day though. Like, I remember like in the early days, like a whole fursuit that was like from one of the expensive makers was like $2,000. And now that's just like nothing. It's like, I mean, I guess that's good to an extent because, you know, it's a lot of work and stuff, but also it's just like, holy fuck, are they expensive now? It's a double-edged sword of hoorays are making the kind of money they should be for doing it, but also, man, that's really like cutting out a lot of creatures from being able to get fursuits, I feel like. Upper basin decoration. Here? Oh, it's one of these things. Hooray. The hell of a fountain. At least I had a very particular... I had a pretty good method of cleaning it. It wasn't just haphazard for once. You know, Dirtfire, looking at it in this glorious condition, I can't help but think that we've got ourselves a real money spinner here. Fill it with fresh water, plop in a few carp and a sprinkle of nickels and dimes, and call it the Muckingham Wish Station. This place will be paying for itself in no time. Much obliged. Alright, so the other one is a miniature golf course and a steam locomotive. We're not doing those tonight, of course. This banjo-ass banjo music here. Not that I'm complaining, I like banjos, actually. But yeah, that'll be for next week. Enjoy. Cool toy. Thanks for coming, everyone. I hope you all had a good time. If you're new here, of course, please drop a follow. They are anonymous. Thank you again to Bridget and Jinpu for the raids. I have my usual spattering of links. Here's the spam command. We've got the Discord. The Squishy Enclave now, it's called. We've got my Persona directory, which has my socials and my rough sheets. You can read out of placers if you want to know what I am, or you just haven't read it yet despite being here. I would highly recommend it. Become Yinglet. And of course the Critter Time forums if you want to hang out on an old style forum full of queer furries and other creatures and stuff. You know, the cool kids. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow most likely with some dog collab, which is the Mario 64 ROM hack, and I will see you then.